All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's lair. I'm your host, Larry, and we're back for some more Warframe action here today. Taking a look at the big new honkin' fantabulous ginormous expansion called the Plains of Eidolon. We're basically here in the town of Cetus, which is sort of the gateway to the Plains of Eidolon. And we're gonna wander around, it looks like we're gonna do it at nighttime, and see what it's all about. Of course, this town of Cetus, just to start us off with, is an interesting place. Basically, all of these tribal townspeople here, that live in their little houses here on the beach, they're harvesting different components from this ancient Orakin tower. The leftovers from the Orakin civilization, from their height before the Great War with the Sentients. And something worth noting about this really space-age technology is while up there it might look like very refined, very metal, very glowing with LEDs and advanced, it's even more advanced because inside of all that metal is actually the beating heart of flesh. All of its juicy, juicy goodness that's been alive for like thousands of years. Just, I guess it's immortal. And this whole town kind of reminds me of pictures from like a whale fishing village around the world back when whaling was still a big economic thing that drove industry. But instead of like piles of like whale corpses and carcasses, you've got like bloody mattress looking things that are being eaten by things like this scavenger here, this vulture. So I guess they eat them, or they can eat them if they wanted to. It looks like they mostly harvest them for, like, raw physical materials that they can then use to build stuff. Up here, we've got the market. This is where you can buy your bloody mattresses, buy the bucketful. You can visit the fishmonger and buy a fishing spear if you want to actually fish in the Plains of Eidolon. And really, the Plains of Eidolon themselves are a big open-world area. That's the closest thing you'll get to in this game of space ninjas and procedurally generated levels to getting like an open world RPG experience. And here we have Old Man Sumbat, where you can buy the tools necessary to go lasering rocks and getting different types of ore. There's all sorts of stuff around here. You can buy pets, you can forge your own weapons. But I think what we'll do today to start us out is I think I will go and grab a bounty mission, and we'll go and explore the surrounding area. So here he is, this guy here, Konzu and his wife, his now wife, they will give us some bounties that we can go on. And the ones at the top of the list are easier, obviously, than the ones at the bottom of the list. So we'll just grab a sabotage mission. And we'll go through this giant Orakin door over here. And we'll fade out of the public lobby, and we'll phase into our own private exploration. So here we are in the Plains of Eidolon. We're actually in a dangerous part of the day because it's getting into nighttime. And we're gonna follow this marker to go and disrupt some Grineer that are just going about their daily activities. And that's a lot of what this is like you wander around, you do missions, kind of like, my experience would have been like questing inside of Guild Wars 2, where you kind of wander around, and then, you know, the narrator's like, hey, there's bacon over here, why don't you go kill stuff? And then we got a bacon cannon on the hill. Once you're done killing stuff, we'll shoot the bacon into your mouth. Yeah, this is basically the same thing. Bacon cannon on the hill. And there's all sorts of different missions you can go on that are all over the place. Like, you could capture that base over there, killing everyone inside of it. You can go over here and liberate this camp, sabotaging their supply lines. All sorts of stuff. Now, it's also worth noting inside of the Plains of Eidolon that this is a place that you can go and experience no matter what your skill level or like how good you are at this game. Because the closer you are to the gates where we spawned into this area, the easier all of these enemies become. And vice versa, the further away you get, the harder things will become, so that you have something to do if you just started playing this game, or if you have been playing this game for a while and you're like a pro. A little bit of everything for everyone, which I like. It's one of those areas where they really give everybody a little bit something to do. That said, the whole area can be pretty hard if you select a bounty that is pretty difficult. Like those ones at the bottom, you'll be fighting like between level 40 to 60 characters. And even beyond that as well, you can also encounter even harder enemies at nighttime. Because at nighttime, you start to get some interesting enemies that do all sorts of accentuated behaviors, like being gigantic, scary leftovers from the actual war, which it's getting to nighttime, so I think some point during this video, I will be able to showcase that stuff for all of you folks at home. But right now, we're just defending this camp. They've got Grineer coming in from all different directions, including explosive orbital bombardment. So, like, these orbital strikes that are happening, those aren't missiles, designed to kill us. Those are actually delivering really annoying enemies that want to disembowel us and stop us from existing. I'm not super keen on that, so we're going to, we're going to keep them from doing that for, I don't know, another minute or so. A lot of what you're doing here is a lot of what you would do in standard missions, I would describe it as. The difference being that you're just in a very large open world area doing a bounty, and then after you're done, you don't actually have to go back to base or go back to the city, which would be really annoying because, well, there's a pretty big distance between you and there. But instead, you can just roam around, find like a camp, and Lotus will be like, hey, you with the face and the organs and the Warframe, why don't you go kill these people over here for money? And you're like, sure. And the way that that kind of goes through is that there's different rewards when you finish it. Like you're doing, say, a Void Rift in this game. If you're familiar with this game at all, you can get these Void Relics and you kill people in a specific mission, and there's a chance that that relic has different sorts of rewards in it. Likewise, as you play this game mode or this level and you kill things, you have the chance for these different bounties after you do, 3 or 4 of them, to give you specific rewards based upon their difficulty level. And those rewards include pieces to a Warframe. So there's a new Warframe in this game called Gara that plays off of the lore of this environment.
Who have been ordered to assemble the weapons array is massing at my waypoint. Go there and take them out.
And this environment, the story goes that when the sentient were attacking, a Warframe that had the power to manipulate glass was able to kill the sentients and stop them from invading. So that's basically the whole of it. So you can play as that Warframe. There's actually like a quest that you have to do in order to unlock certain functionalities of this zone. That goes into greater details about that. So I would like to mine this. Where is my mining laser that I bought? Alright, so basically what you have to do here is you have to trace the outline in order to get these materials. The outlines get more and more complex as you go through the game, and they can also be pretty simple. Like, again, things get more complex as you get further and further away from town. So likewise, there's different ores that you can find and wander around and farm, and the outlines get supremely intricate if you're not careful. Okay, so that siren means it's nighttime, and that means the giant Eidolon behemoths are going to start showing up, the sentient, or what's left of them. I might try to, like, antagonize one of them. I certainly won't be killing it. That I can tell you for sure. And the reason why that is these are essentially miniature raid bosses that you can fight and get rewards from that give you improved standing with the different factions. And while they won't kill me, because they didn't do that last night when we were trying to farm them, they are certainly their own threat and nothing to fuck around with. So what's this? Oh, hey, there's a goodie. I guess we just need to kill all these enemies in this area. I think. Oh no, it wants me to go over here? Alright, I guess we'll do that. But yeah, so these giant behemoths, they wake up at night, and they're trying to put themselves back together, I guess is the good way to put it. So they're like these misshapen behemoths that are all fucked up from the war, that are clearly like decaying and rotting and going insane. Oh, here's the dudes. I was like, where are the enemies that I'm supposed to be killing right now? And I guess the answer is just everywhere, Larry. Kill everything.
Sentient energy spike in your area. I advise you to be careful.
Okay, that's our contact, the Quill, who can tell us where all of the enemies are going to be spawning. Well, specifically, the sentient enemies. Where is he spawning at, actually? I'm not entirely certain. So some of the sentient that spawn are these little probes, these little blue things that float around. I'll talk about how you kill those in a second. And then the other ones are, again, there it is. There's the giant behemoth. Although, admittedly, it looks like it's getting to be daytime as opposed to nighttime. So there you have it. Alright, those things hurt. I'm gonna ignore it for the moment. I'm gonna go up to this town, this little base up here, and kill everyone to finish this quest. And then we'll go antagonize some of the sentient. Because we're going to need one of these floating gas bags up here. That will make our life slightly easier. I'm not going to say supremely easier, but definitely easier than it would be otherwise. Once we kill a few of these bad mamma jammas. Alright, cool. So that's the second bounty done. So yeah, the way that these guys work here, these are these little sentient analyzing probes. And they're kind of obnoxious because you can't proper kill them in your Warframe mode. They stop taking damage when they go into the spectral form, and they're really annoying. So the way that you kill them is you get a little tool on my wrist here from that Quill guy that was talking to me, and then you can kill them and they drop their little sentient cores, where you can then use those to, you know, increase your standing with the Quills. Again, not like supremely complex, but there's a lot of different new resources that you have to concern yourself with in this game, so it's worth being aware of them and knowing how to get them. In order to get into the area where that guy is, in order to talk to Quill in the first place, you have to do the first quest that, what's-his-face, Anzu or whatever, gives you. And then after that's done, which takes a little while, then you can start properly killing these dudes. And I like to farm these because it's not particularly hard, there's lots of them. And when you're solo, it's a hell of a lot easier than trying to kill this giant behemoth over here, which I will illustrate here in a sec. So this is a rogue sentient Eidolon terrorist. And this thing is ostensibly a raid boss. I'm not gonna get too close because my little dude, my little sentry, he will start shooting at it, and that'll piss it off, and it'll start shooting at me. But this is like a leftover from the war, and it fell in combat, and it's not completely dead, but as you see, it's got like a fucked up arm, and it's replaced it with a tree. So this thing is basically doomed to try and repair itself endlessly in this empty landscape, and it goes away at daytime. So daytime is Grineer hunting time, good bounty time. If you're looking for more of a challenge, if you want to hunt the Eidolons, then you come out during that time and you kill them. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this bad boy. Don't attack my fleshy form, you butts. Oh, they are attacking my Warframe. You a-holes! None of that. But yeah, so you farm these things, you kill them. I'm not 100% certain as to the... What would I say? Oh, they killed my carrier. What assholes. I'm not 100% certain what I would say about their... like, the strategy to kill them. Ostensibly, you see on this thing, it's got, like, those big glowing shoulders and everything that look vaguely like heat sinks. The idea is you shoot those and eventually you can delimb the creature, which should allow you to slowly kill it. The trouble is, we don't really, me and my group of friends, which we were only 3 of us at the time, we weren't quite as powerful enough to fully kill it all at one go, but we gave it a good college try. And what ended up happening is you take down its shield, which you have to be in operator form to do, and then you can shoot it with the rest of you. And you basically just got, it's got a shit ton of health. That's the whole takeaway from this conversation. So I thought I saw a mineable resource node here. Was that true? What does my old Mapperino say? Not really. Okay. Well, as you can see, this is a frickin' humongous environment. With a boatload of stuff to do. Oh, here it is. I was gonna say, I could have sworn I saw a thing here. This is actually an oddly precise drill. Like, it really doesn't like your wiggle wobbles when you drill into stuff. Go figure. Alright, well, let's go see if we can't find anything else that's useful, and then we'll go sabotage those supplies while we're out here. So the other stuff that you can encounter is you can shoot the birds that are out here. They drop resources that you can use in order to get stuff. They mostly just drop their wings, so you can, I guess, morbidly put a bunch of different animals' body parts together to get some bacon. Or in this case, by bacon, I mean usable items, objects, or resources. Now, there is one thing that you can't really do right now that you just gotta wait and research inside of your clan dojo, which is you gotta have a special item in order to get your Arcwing inside of this area. So you're supposed to be able to, like, get an Arcwing out to traverse this area faster at, like, a safe distance up in the air. You can't supremely do that yet, just because, again, you gotta wait for research to happen. So everyone's still jogging around like they're a peasant using their legs. Conveniently, you can just kind of fly up into the air and go really, really fast. But it is kind of annoying, depending on who you are and who you ask, so there you go. Now we can shoot these rabbit things and get their spinal claw. I didn't know spines had claws, but you learn something new every day, don't you? Now, the other thing I thought was kind of fun is that you can lure enemies into one another, like to those Eidolon Terrorists, and they'll kill each other. And anytime you have enemies that have infighting as a core mechanic, I love that to death. Like, that is a great functionality of any game, and it really offers a certain depth to the game that you might not otherwise get. Because basically, it's kind of like, it's the living theater concept from really early point-and-click adventures, where even when you're not there, like, all the NPCs, all the enemies, all the creatures out here, they're just going about their day. Like, they don't care about you. They clearly know that you only care enough about them to kill them. And that's where your interactions end, for the most part. Like, you can shoot each other or you can be friends, and otherwise, I have stuff to do. Digital stuff. The stuffy stuff that stuffs.
Among these troops is a resupply beacon. Find it.
Alright, so basically how this is gonna work is I just gotta kill people until 3 people with a beacon spawn. It's literally as exciting as it sounds. Oh, those are missiles. There we go, kill you guys. I'm gonna kill this immediately, because these Medusa turrets hurt. Although I am definitely not stifled by these guys existing, that is for sure. Not in the slightest. I'll just laser you as my operator. Because I can, yay. Oh no, I'm cold. How could you? You ice queen? I'll just throw some spores around, that's my favorite thing to do. Oh, where is the... oh, here he is. So what did you drop? Oh, it's an actual crate of supplies. Okay. Takes care of that. Yeah, these missions they're not crazy new, except for the killing of the Eidolon, but I kind of like them. I mean, this area has just got so much depth that other areas just haven't had historically in this game. And I think it's amazing.
Take that supply beacon, and I will call it the job.
So I guess I'm not really stopping their supply lines. It's more like I am, how would I describe it? Stealing their supplies as they spawn them. Which is fine. So let's see here. Oh wait, there's another supply beacon over here. That's right, you gotta get the supply beacon, and then Lotus is like, I already know where you are, but I can drop this supply beacon on the edge of nowhere. Just in case you're, you know, busy at the time, Larry. Now, I will say this is pretty fun with friends. You can definitely do more dynamic, dangerous missions, especially in my case, because all of my friends have got, like, fully upgraded frames and weapons where I'm still in the process. Definitely still in the process. Which again, you know, not a big problem because, once more, this game includes something for the whole family. It slices, it dices, and it tells you the doom of the Orakin. All at the same time. There we go. So what do we get? We got a Hornet Strike as our reward, which... not great. You really need to get a higher level bounty series if you want to get anything cool. But again, this is meant for people who are not fully leveled. So you actually have something to do that isn't just gonna beat your pants off. That's an example of a tree that you can attack and it'll scan and give you stuff. Not everything is used to craft. I'd imagine you just give fruit to, like, the townspeople because they need it to live. Not everybody can be a Tenno who literally just swoops in, shoots up a Corpus facility, and then can just use whatever, like, artificial food they have on hand to just feed themselves for, like, a month. We're not all quite that lucky. So what do we got up in here? I'm looking for collectibles like these fruits, which are nice to have. This is a Grenier camp. So the way that this works is, like, I guess this area over here must have been where the tower is, which is actually that way? It must have been like a safety zone where they kept wildlife from attacking the tower. Maybe that was just a buttress for the war. So there's like this shield wall controlled by these giant arcs that keep people out of this central city. So he or she or it that controls this whole area, ostensibly. Although it looks like they're just eating the technology instead of, like, using it, so I find that exceptionally funny. What did I just hear? I heard something activate, and I don't like it. Like, I heard something beep in a way that makes me think lasers are about to happen, which is my favorite. I'm not really thrilled to be out here at night. I find it actually kind of annoying. But I'll get some more of these trees while I am here. And we'll head back to town. Easiest way to head back to town. Do you see the giant glowing tower in the distance? It's over there. Good news. And it is a massive wide open plain, like, I'm not gonna lie. There is sometimes a whole hell of a lot of nothing to do. But once you get access to, like, an Arcwing and you can get around really quick, then I don't think any of that should be an issue. Not really at all. Especially when you can just get up onto something tall and just glide until your glide runs out. Then things should be rather kosher and cool. So we're gonna just go back to the gate, quick as you can, so that we can turn all of our stuff in. Although I have now proper lost, it would seem. Where is the gate? Or am I just a really long way away? Oh, I am, like, super far away. Holy shambolis. Okay, that's fine. This way. The gate's, like, over there. Okay, I didn't realize how far away I'd gotten dicking around over here. So there's, like, a little bay over there you can invade, where I guess they skim, like, oil or dead stuff off the top of the water. because the water has got like a beautiful amber color, which is probably means it's toxic and radioactive and will kill you. So I'll show you guys where you turn stuff in. And then, I don't know, once we have the ability to like kill an Eidolon, Terratron, or Terralist, I will probably film us doing that once we kind of figure out all of that goodness. Yeah, now I'm starting to recognize where I am. Sweet. And pretty much all the different items that you'll find in this area, including things like fish, all of that stuff you can turn in for some type of faction reward or another. Although I'm not entirely certain if they're all different factions or if they're similar factions. I do know there's at least 2 different factions. There's the Quill faction, which is like the Soothsayer, Oracle, Orakin people. And then there's like the regular people. So we'll just wait till this opens. Loading in can be derpy right now. The servers are definitely overloaded as everybody and their grandmama is gonna come join this game. And the second you load into any area, there's like a massive frame drop, no matter how good a computer you have. So, basically, do I have anything else from cons? I guess I can see what my standing is.
Heavy hitter like you needs a little snack, yeah?
So once I get to 50,000 or 5,000, I can get the next title. And then I turn in like some Nissel pods and some Iridite and Gronkle to get like the next rank. I want new titles allow you to buy new items and stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of confusing junk that I don't know fully what it does yet, so we'll get there. So, for those of you curious, this is where you go to talk to the Quills, like the Soothsayer or Oracle people, that are ostensibly using Warframe technology or Orakin technology to help keep their people safe. And to get in here, you gotta do that guy's quest back there. And then you open your operator form and this door opens and you can go talk to him. And here you can buy, like, some cosmetic items to make your armor look like you're one of the Quill. And then you get these weapons right here, which allow you to kill the, those sentients roaming around out there. The Eidolons. So let's see here. Let's trade some sentient cores for some standing. So I've got 4 available, so I turn these cores in. And they'll give me 100 standing for the Quills. And I guess you get these flawless sentient cores and these exceptional sentient cores by actually getting to the point where you can kill those Eidolon Terralists. And I guess this guy lets me build amps. And we other have, what other services do you have? You can guild things. You can name and enhance your amp so that you can basically forma it. You can put in, basically the amps that you have on your wrist are just another weapon that you use to zap Eidolons. And you level it up by killing those little probes that I was showing you earlier. That you can laser. It takes for frickin' ever unless you're like shooting and killing the actual like Terralists, but we have not managed to do that yet. So I'm actually gonna go find the mining dude because I want to turn in my gems that I just got. Because I literally just bought that last night before I logged off and hadn't really taken the time to go and check it out. Oh yeah, you can buy crap from this kid. So you can buy like a stupid mask so you can look like an Excalibur or a Volt or a Mag or a Trinity. You can't be a Siren Prime though, so I guess that kid's not cool enough. And the kids in this game, like, the kids actually, like, play and make pretend that they're Tenno. Because we're, like, their heroes, even though some of us are giant douchebags. So, let's see. I'm gonna trade gems for Ostrons standing. Well, I got, like, a little bit of everything, don't I? How many different gem types are... Oh, there's a lot. There's, like, 6. Okay, well, I'll redeem these for Ostrom standing. That stuff actually might be valuable for something else, I'm just not sure what. And there's blueprints for materials, I don't know what they do yet, because I haven't had time, or I haven't taken the time to read what those are for. What can I buy from the Fisher Lady? The Fisher Lady's got like a bunch of stuff. I can buy like a bait box for 500 standing, where I can bait fish. Don't know how fishing works in this game. I might make a video tutorial about that at some point if people are interested, once we figure it out. But yeah, I think that might be where I leave it off for here for today, everybody. This has been a little look at the Plains of Eidolon in Warframe. It's out now. Everyone can check it out at some level, no matter how specialty-rific your Warframe is. And until next time, I guess I'll catch you later. Bye, everybody, and have a good one.